So I started off today with dishes because we go through them real fast. Thankfully nothing was too crusty this time. It's always irritating waking up to an entire cabinet load of dishes, but half of them needs soaking. I like to run the faucet as little as possible, turning it off while scrubbing. I like to think this uses less hot water, but I've never actually measured the difference. It just makes me feel better. Also, sometimes it's finicky to have to maneuver around a stream of running water while scrubbing, so I don't prematurely rinse off the suds. Speaking of which, I tend to rinse the dishes a good 2 to 4 times after the suds are gone, just because I'm paranoid. That's it for the first load of dishes. While those dry, you can see I'm filling the cups with soapy water. Cups are always annoying, so I like to give them at least a couple minutes to soak before washing. Even if it's not strictly necessary, it makes the job easier. I use a wet rag with dish soap to clean the counter. Nothing more thorough is ever really needed, since this area is constantly getting splashed with water. I try to wipe the counter down as often as I can, just to keep the water from pooling in one spot for too long and ruining the countertops. There's already some mild moisture damage in a couple spots, and I'd rather it not spread. Next order of business is taking care of this sad pile of towels that's been sitting outside the bathroom door for nearly a week. Someone upstairs has been doing laundry for a few days, so the machines haven't been free until now. I hate these detergent jugs with the little dispenser nozzle on them. Cool on paper, extremely lame in practice. Turns out it's much easier to just pour it straight in the normal way.
There's a fresh booger splat right here. I don't know exactly when it appeared, but I should really take care of it before it gets crusty. It's already crusty.
My sister's always working on tons of projects, so there's always tons of stuff on the floor. I try to clear the surrounding areas of stuff so I'm not spraying detergent and bile all over everything. Also, sometimes it just makes it physically easier to access.
I like to let it soak for a bit.
I am aware this Bissell machine already has a brush on it, but I opted to buy a Velita scrub brush because the stiff bristles get into the grain of the carpet better.
That was embarrassingly exhausting.
I also like to re-wet the area I scrubbed before giving it the suck. I don't know why, it just feels better that way, I guess. I started rinsing the sludge reservoir with white vinegar because I find it cuts down on the smell a bit, so I pour a little into the jug and swish it around a bit. It does have a strong smell, but I'd much rather smell vinegar than cat puke mold.
dumb.
It's walk time.
Washer's done now. I also had a load of my own laundry I needed to do. Time to clean the kitchen counters. I always wash any condiment utensils, even if they're not that gross. One of those upkeep things. I only got to the island today. It wasn't in horrendous condition, but there were some splotches from where my sister was dyeing fabric about a week ago, and it's probably not super great to just leave that there. I sweep all the crumbs into a dustpan before cleaning, kinda like vacuuming before mopping. Makes the process easier, and you get better results.
Yuckies.
I don't use anything fancy to clean the counters, just dish soap. I like using hot water and soap because it evaporates very quickly. I'm not a huge fan of Windex because it leaves more of a residue and evaporates quite slowly sometimes. I mainly use it for surfaces that aren't coming in frequent direct contact with food. I do one pass where I scrub it in, then I rinse out the rag and wipe it down again to pick up the suds. Then I go over it again one or two more times just to make sure I got rid of any remaining residue.
Look at this.
Washing bigger things like these cutting boards is really awkward in a sink without a detachable hose, faucet, head, whatever you call it. Sometimes when I'm rinsing certain dishes or utensils that have very concave surfaces, I like to use my free hand to break up the water stream so it's not going to reflect back so aggressively and splash water everywhere, like this.
That's not gonna work. I'm filming a thing.
Okay.
Ah. One of them made it. Okay. Good enough. There's now bits everywhere. Boot bits.